I had completely forgotten that Debbie Reynolds voices Lulu. I love Debbie Reynolds. She's one of my favourite people ever. So to have her voicing the character of Lulu in the third part of Acorn Nuts and Diapey Butts made me very happy. This segment is also called Don't Poop on My Parade. It's the 36th episode of the 6th season of Rugrats and the third and final part of Acorn Nuts and Diapey Butts. And there will be spoilers in this discussion for this episode and also things that happen in the previous two. So this one follows on from the previous two episodes. Grandpa has injured his leg and his foot and he's in the hospital getting a cast on and he meets Lulu. And Lulu is voiced by Debbie Reynolds, and I love her. And the character of Lulu is really interesting as well. I do think it happened very quickly, and maybe a little bit unbelievably, but I will let that slide. The bulk of this episode actually takes place at the fall parade, and we have the babies wearing rather delightful vegetable-themed costumes. Susan and Angelica are dressed as like a rake and a spade. They look ridiculous, but in a way that's very entertaining. They're both performing in the parade. They both have competitive aspects to their personalities, which was quite interesting. And of course, Stu is trying to use his mechanical reptar in the parade, and things get a little bit dangerous for Dill. Not that Dill's aware, Dill's quite happy. I'm still dressed as a potato. And I won't say exactly what happens with that, even I know I said spoilers, but ultimately what happens I thought was unexpected and unpredictable and gave it a little bit of action. The pace was really quick. A lot happens in what is actually quite a short space of time. And one of the things that's been building up from the first episode of this trilogy is Phil and Lil finally getting their original diapers back. And one of my favourite moments is when Phil, I could see it coming, Phil jumped into the air and landed on his butt, which, you know, is painful now that he's not wearing these oversized diapers. And it was just so funny, and the way Lil responded I thought was brilliant as well. Visually, it's a really entertaining episode, very well animated, very creatively done, a great introduction for Lulu as a character. Of course, loving Debbie Reynolds, that's something that I rather enjoyed and thought was very sweet. I still think it's bizarre that it was a three-parter, the whole thing lasting, I guess, over an hour, so it definitely was a feature-length trilogy, which is quite unusual for Rugrats, and it makes me question why they didn't just release it as a film in the same way that they did the Rugrats movie or Rugrats in Paris. But either way, I enjoyed them. Very autumnal, very creative, quite entertaining, and a nice introduction to Lulu as well.